bet it took me like an hour to figure out that that's what was going on. Way too long.
Way too long. Oh my God. All right. So if you hop on the stream, I'm gonna show you some pictures.
Okay. Uh, Damn it! I didn't mean to do that.
I'll tell you all about our Disney trip.
I don't see you on. Yeah, you're not on yet.
There's like a 6-second delay or something like that. So.
Alright, there we go.
All right, awesome.
No, it's more than 6 seconds. It's like a.
It's a 30-second delay.
It's like a minute.
It's a minute delay. That's fine. No worries. Awesome. So okay, so I'm just gonna get going here so that way you can see some of this shit. So, let me pop up some of the video here. So the house that we stayed in. So Missy did an awesome job with picking where we're gonna stay. So she got a rental house that was about 3 or 4 miles away from the park. By park I mean Disney World. And it had like, what is it, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. You know, it had a little hot tub in it. It had a pool and everything. It was really awesome. It was like the perfect size for the 10 of us that were there.
The stream went dead for that for a second. Oh
no.
No. The stream isn't. I don't know. It's not. You're not showing up as live.
I'm not
right now. No.
There's something weird going on. I think I'm gonna reboot my computer.
Oh wait, now you're showing up live.
Now I'm showing up as live.
Yeah. Now it's just a short delay.
It's weird because like I can hear. I hear you fine. You don't cut out at all.
All right. No, that seems fine.
All right.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so first of all, we got this really big van. It was like a 10-seater rental van, and so that was awesome. And then the video that I'm showing right now is of the neighborhood that we stayed in. So it's a gated community. And
you're not sharing a video at all. You're sharing. I just see your face.
Oh shit. All right. So in another 45 seconds or so, you should see a different view. Good God, man.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
This is why you have like engineers that take care of shit like this. All right. Anyway, so this is our house. This is the house that we stayed at, and then this is the like 10-seater van that we got, and this van was brand spanking new when we drove it off the lot. So it was pretty awesome. And then the neighborhood, right? So this is a street that we stayed in. So this is a gated community that we stayed in. And it seemed to me like all the houses in that neighborhood were all rental properties.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
That looks like a nice neighborhood there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. It was really nice. It was really nice. It was quiet. It was, you know, a little bit, you know, tucked away by itself. So that was kind of cool. So the rental itself was, I was really happy with it. And Missy, I have to like hand it to Missy because Missy did an awesome job at choosing where to stay. Now, I gotta show you this other video. This is our drive-in where into Disney World, and it shows like the arch that says Walt Disney World over it. You can hear, and you just hear Sophia's reaction.
Yeah. It says gift card on it. I know, but there's another one that's just like it. It has a piece of paper around it.
Let's get on now, babe. Let's go.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! There's no one that has a piece of paper on it.
Yeah! Is that her? The record just say, "Oh my God"?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh. I mean.
Wow, what a party pooper, Melissa.
She couldn't be any more happy.
Oh my God, she was so happy.
Hollywood Studios right there.
Oh my God, yes I am!
And Alexander is oblivious to everything.
Totally oblivious. No clue.
Wait, are you even in the? Oh, you're in the back.
Yeah, I'm the one taking the video,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah, no, I was like, hold on. Where are
Where's
you at?
Jose? He's the one taking the video. Dumbass.
I just expected you to be driving for some reason.
Oh, because I always drive everywhere.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I mean, so the only ones that were allowed to drive were Missy and her mom,
They're
and
the
uh,
other ones that
and
were
Missy
on the-
drove right after we got the van, and everyone hated her driving so much.
Dude,
She got
can't-
annoyed, but she can't drive. She can't drive.
She
She can't drive a
can't.
small car.
She can't drive.
No,
like,
she
at
can't drive
all.
shit.
Like at all. When Tony was telling us that Missy was, I guess, let him park or something like that once, I was like, in my head, I'm like, Missy's not the one should be teaching anyone how to drive.
No, she's
She needs
terrible.
she needs to have someone else teach.
She
her how to
is the
drive.
worst. So she got all pissed because there was at one point, she's following the GPS and she's not reading the GPS properly. 'Cause, you know, sometimes like the intersections are so close together on the screen that you're not quite
Yeah.
sure which one's your turn.
Right.
So I'm like in the seat behind her, and she looks. She's getting in the wrong lane, right, to turn. And I'm like, Melissa, you go straight here. You go straight here. Oh my God, she got so pissed that I corrected her. She wasn't thankful at all. You would think like you'd be thankful that somebody is correcting you, that somebody's saying, "Hey, listen, thanks so much. You just saved us so much time." No, she was pissed because I had such little faith in her ability that I had to point it out. So she was so angry. So angry. Oh my God, Missy. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so after we drove in, so the week that we were there was a marathon, and the marathon was fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's what
It
marathons
was
usually
ridiculous, dude. Like, I think like everyone that participated in the marathon got free passes for the parks. So so the park was actually really busy. Like we weren't expecting it to be that busy.
Right, 'cause it's
and-
not
because
summer.
no, it's not summer. It's off season, right?
are. Right.
So if you can see the stream, it's probably it
Yeah.
should be showing the tons of the
Yeah, there's
hundreds
people on the
of thousands
overpass,
of people.
Under, like what
Yeah.
the
Ridiculous, man. And so this was her first day, and it was ultra stressful because we had a breakfast to go to that morning. So we're doing what is Cinderella's table princess breakfast thingamabob in the castle in Magic Kingdom, and we had to be there by a certain time, right? So like the time was we were supposed to be there by like 9 o'clock in the morning. We did not make it there at 9 o'clock in the morning. They were nice to even let us in
right.
when we did get there because we didn't get there till like an hour later.
Wow.
And part of the problem was this. It was the fact that there was
Yeah.
this marathon going on, and it was just really slow getting into the park. And then the park didn't open till a certain time that morning anyway. So there was like no way we would have been able to make it there in time no matter what, unless we were staying on property,
Right.
which, you know, we could not afford to do.
Right.
And then the other problem too was that it was cold as shit. So cold. So then here's a quick little video snippet of the ferry that we took the first day. So okay, so they had this marathon going on, right? It was really, really cold. They had, you know, these thousands and thousands of people there, and the monorail was out. So
Oh.
typically to get into the park, there's a couple of ways you can get in. You can get in through bus, you can get in through the monorail, or you can get in through the ferry. Well, we weren't doing the bus because we weren't staying on the property. So we only had monorail and ferry. The monorail was out. So all these people like were crowding around to get on the ferry. So it took forever to get into the ferry. And then it was cold, right? Because you're like on the outside, right? You're not inside anything. You don't really have much
Right.
cover. But then we got into the park, and that was awesome. Let me show you some pictures from the whatchamacallit, from the princess thingamabob. gotta hear Missy yelling something to Sophia. Alright, so pictures, park, awesome. So they still had Christmas decorations up. They hadn't taken them out, taken them down yet. So it was kind of cool. Throughout the days that we were there, they actually ended up taking down the decorations.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, that's us rushing to get to the Disney princess thing. All right, where was it? Okay, Disney princess. All right, so that's what it's called, Cinderella's Royal Table.
Mm-hmm.
That's another way of saying you are going to unload your entire wallet here and
Right.
leave with no money.
Right. This is why people get mortgages out to go.
Oh yeah, seriously.
It's not cheap.
It is not cheap. And you have to do everything while you're there, right? I mean, you
So-
feel like you have to do everything.
So I made this comment to Mom, and I hope you realize though, right, that you're gonna end up going back in a few years because Alexander is too small to appreciate Disney and Universal.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we're going back.
So
I'm
start
gonna be
saving
poor again.
now
Yeah.
today because you guys will be going back in a few years because he I'm sure he had a blast, but in a few years he's not gonna remember it.
He's not gonna remember any of it.
So you definitely want him to be of a certain age so that he can appreciate, the park and things that you can do there.
Right. So the Disney or the Cinderella's Royal Table thing was basically this this dining area, right, where the staff there is in character, and so they call you by some sort of royal title when you're there. And the food itself was really amazing. I had what did I have? I had like a steak with eggs, but the eggs were what did they do with them? It was like it's not scrambled necessarily, but it was just I'm not sure what the term is when they prepare this particular way they prepare them, but it was almost like scrambled eggs, but not scrambled. It was like shaped and everything, so it was shaped and it had potatoes in it. It was really, really good. And then they had the Disney princesses. They had about 5 of them there. And so what was cool was that there was a girl that whose only job is to track what tables the princesses are going to make sure that they're hitting every single table. So so Sophia got some really cool pictures there. Let me see here if I can pull them up. Here we go. So I got a picture of Sophia and Snow White. So that turned out really good. And then of course, they talk to you and whatever, while you're taking the pictures. She also got a picture with Sleeping Beauty. So that was kind of cool. Sophia eating, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is what I had. Oh my God, it was so good. Whatever the heck that's called.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Oh my God, that's so delicious. Jasmine. And then Ariel. Anyway, so that was kind of neat. Let's see what else we got going on here. So Alexander's first ride was the Dumbo ride.
That's like such like the stereotypical ride,
Yep. So I went on with him, and he does not look impressed at all. He does not look impressed whatsoever.
No. He couldn't care less.
He could care less.
Like, he was like, okay, we're just going around.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make him all excited about it, like going like ooh and nothing.
Ah.
I'm getting nothing from him.
Crickets.
Yeah. One thing that Tony and Sophia really liked, especially Tony. So Tony, this is basically the only reason he came to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And so at Disney, they have some of the stores. They have an area where you can build your own lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a little like the table area, right, where you go through and you choose all the different parts and you choose the type of blade that you want, all that sort of stuff, and then you build and then you put it together.
Mm-hmm.
So that Tony was like ecstatic about.
He's like, trip was worth it.
Oh my God, that was it. That's all he wanted to do. Seriously, I mean, he couldn't stop talking about that.
I don't blame him. That sounds like that's something I would want to do.
I tried
Yeah.
to use this because it looks like a butt's head.
He's all excited.
I tell you right there, Melissa, the sign is in front of your face.
She's like, how much is it?
I know, right?
Wait, if you notice, I'm looking at you, so yeah, I wouldn't see it.
It's $1 million.
Anyway, so that was cool. Tony got himself a lightsaber, and Sophia got herself a lightsaber too.
I saw the pictures of Sophia dressed up as Rey.
Yeah,
Is that-
dude.
Was
Oh,
that
I gotta
something
tell
you
you
guys
about
bought
that.
her? Like what?
Yeah.
what
Yeah, so
Okay.
Missy bought it for the trip,
mm-hmm.
and I'll skip to that. So that was really really cool. So we went to Hollywood Studios one of the days. Let me see if I can pull Hollywood Studios up. And
Hollywood Studios or Universal Studios?
oh no, so you remember MGM Studios?
Yeah.
It is now called Hollywood Studios.
So they have like their own thing. Like,
Well, so how much do you know about Disney World?
I know enough that there's a lot of different parks, but
Yes.
MGM Studios being its own separate, I didn't know.
Yeah. MGM Studios is its own separate park.
Oh, wait. There's like what, 4 parks, right?
Yeah. So it's Magic Kingdom. Right.
Epcot.
Magic Kingdom,
what's
which
the,
has a
the
castle.
animal one?
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the
It's
4
all
main
coming
parks.
back.
There you go.
It's
There you
all
go.
coming
It's
back.
all coming back, right? So
I'm not
Miss,
retarded.
it's it's okay. So Missy bought her Rey costume just for us going to Hollywood Studios, and it was so flipping cool. She got special treatment.
The costume was awesome. Like the costume was awesome. Like
She got special treatment while we were there.
nice.
So all the the people in costumes are in character the entire time, right?
Mhm.
And so Missy's parents were at one point we had kind of separated for a little bit, and they were telling me that there was this little boy that was dressed up as Darth Vader or something like that, and 2 stormtroopers came up to him and said, sir, we will escort you and make sure that you are safe. And so you had like these 2 stormtroopers that were walking alongside this little boy dressed up as Darth Vader. Just, it was just, stuff like that, just so freaking cool.
Right.
And anyway, so there was at one point, so there's a big kind of central area in the park. You know how Magic Kingdom has a castle, right? And that's kind of the big centerpiece of that park. The centerpiece at Hollywood Studios is a Chinese theater.
Mm-hmm.
And there they had a couple of stormtroopers that were kind of going around periodically taking pictures with the kids there. And so Tony got some pictures with one of the stormtroopers, and Sophia, the stormtrooper saw her and just stopped dead in his tracks and just like stared at her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of pulled her in or whatever and just made a big deal about how she looked like Rey. And just like, even at the end said, okay, well, you're not the Jedi that we're looking for. It was so cool. So I'm going to play a little video clip of that. I got to it a little late, but anyway, you get to see it. To see some of it.
Now. Brush equipment, but make it fast. I thought that's a funny reaction. I thought that was a great. I like the way he did that.
That's so
That was
funny.
funny. That was
Yeah, it was hilarious, dude. I think towards the end there he said, what is it? I'm looking for. There's the Last Jedi. Well, that's not you, or something like that. Anyway, so that was really neat. And then the other thing that she did that was cool is they had like a little Jedi training academy there, and basically, as the kid, there's a designated area that you're supposed to go to when they quote unquote train you, right? They do some prepping, and then you have about a 15-minute show that you're part of.
Mm-hmm.
And so they'll have like these two people that come out in character as Jedi Masters, and then you're a small group of Padawans. And actually, I'll play the video while I talk about it, and you can glance at the screen. Oh my God, that is loud as fuck. And anyway, and so there's this little storyline where they're training or whatever, and they're at this thing with the dark side or the Force, their trials. That's what it is. Jesus Christ, words come out. So it's their Jedi trial, right? And out comes Darth Vader, and then out comes Kylo Ren, and they've got to fight both of them. So it's kind of neat to see all these little 6, 7-year-olds in these little robes with their little lightsabers and everything. And so that was cool, and they ran that throughout the day. So like every hour or every half hour or so, they went through with a new set of kids to do the show. And so Sophia got to do one of the shows, which was it was pretty cool. I mean, she was like one of the tallest kids there because she was one of the older kids there. I mean, the girl's 8, 9. Sorry, she's 9.
Yeah,
so she's getting, she's at that point now where she's starting to get to be a little bit too old for certain things, right? So anyway, I was able to get right up front when it was Sophia's turn, because otherwise it turns into a big crowd and it becomes very difficult for you to see any of the kids. But yeah, she loved that. That was a lot of fun. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up. There we go. So we have Darth Vader and Kylo Ren. And we saw a couple of different sets of actors. So there's a couple of different quote unquote shifts, right? And so we saw another set of actors that did it during the daytime, and those guys weren't quite as good as the two that Sophia had. So definitely Sophia had the best two.
Best two.
Yeah.
They should have like fat versions of them.
I would gladly play the fat version. Why are you so fat? Because I just use the Force for everything.
Yeah, I don't ever get up.
I never get up. Lightsaber? I don't need no lightsaber because I just use the Force for everything. The downside is the calories add up. Yeah, so that was cool. And then they have this place there, one of the restaurants there to eat called, what is it? Primetime Cafe. And Primetime Cafe is 50s style. And so they have, when you walk in, everything's decorated 50s style. You feel like you kind of walked into like a grandparent's house or something. And the wait staff, they're like your big brother or your big sister that basically take care of the smaller kids. And so they actually make fun of you while you're there and give you a hard time, which is kind of fun.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen videos of this place.
You probably have.
Yeah. pretty sure I've seen videos of this place.
Yeah.
Where like the wait staff is like purposely rude.
Yeah, they're purposely rude.
Yes.
Because
yes,
they're trying to be like they're your big brother or your big sister.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I've heard of this place before.
Yeah. Another thing that was cool was at the end of the day, so all the parks do a fireworks show, and the one at Hollywood Studios was Star Wars. So Hollywood Studios is very quickly turning into Star Wars land. Let me tell you, because everything there was basically Star Wars, right? All the characters walking around, most of them were Star Wars characters. They did a parade throughout the day, like every hour or so, and that parade was all Star Wars characters. The light show at the end, or the fireworks show at the end, Star Wars. And off to the side, they're actually building Star Wars land. So when we got there, there was an area that was blocked off, and it had, you know, basically a painting on it about Star Wars land. And it looks like it's going to be pretty huge.
I hope so.
Yeah. But the cool thing about the Star Wars... Go ahead.
Did they have anything that said when Star Wars land's supposed to be?
No, they didn't.
Open?
I think it's not going to be till like 2020 or something like that. 2019, 2020, yeah. It'll be a while still.
I'm gonna have to go.
Me too. And Missy was saying that you'll be able to stay there, and when you look outside, you're gonna see stars.
Right.
You're not gonna see park.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's like supposed to be like very what's the word that I want to use? Immersive.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. I want to do that. I wonder if you could like get reservations now, and I bet you could, and it's like super expensive.
Oh, I'm sure it's super expensive.
It's like I'm just gonna show up, just me, no kid,
no kid, nothing.
That doesn't seem suspect, right?
It's gonna be just you. You're gonna be wearing Jedi robes, and you're gonna have your little plastic lightsaber.
I'm gonna carry a sign that says "Retired Jedi."
Retired Jedi. Oh man.
That way I could explain why I'm so fat.
There you go, retired Jedi.
Yeah.
So the fireworks
cool.
show.
They're like.
So they project onto the Chinese theater, and there's nothing better than the John Williams score, full blast, right? Because you can like feel the vibrations of the music in you. So fucking cool.
I wonder if they're ever gonna do anything with the Chinese theater. Like, I don't know if it's really relatable anymore. Because like I feel like the Chinese theater was like a thing of the past, not so much nowadays. Like, I wonder if they'll ever kind of like redo it, like build something.
Yeah, good question. You should just build a Death Star instead.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Although they could just turn Epcot Center into the Death Star.
That's true.
Like the real one, like the actual giant ball. They should totally. Did you guys go in that? Do they let people in there anymore?
Yeah. It's a ride. It's Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Wasn't it? It's a Small World back when we were kids.
No. That was always at Magic Kingdom.
Was it?
Yeah, it's always been Spaceship Earth.
I thought that it was like It's a Small World was in that.
Nope. Well, it has to do with the, the world.
Right. I guess. In one way.
Man, this is such a good freaking fireworks show. The thing is, most of it is just video and music.
Right.
And then periodically, you'd have fireworks to kind of accentuate, what you are watching.
If like you're someone that lives like whatever neighborhood is the closest to Disney.
Oh, you could hear them. You could hear the fireworks every night.
It must. You have to be like really into Disney to like
live near it. Yeah.
Because I would be tired.
Oh
hearing fireworks every single night.
Yep. Yep, because you hear them and you hear the explosions. You know,
Yeah.
you feel that low, that bassy sort of noise.
Right.
Like if I live there, because I get migraines occasionally, not that often, but when I do, I'm miserable. Like I could not imagine living there and having my migraines and having to put up with that nonsense. Because like for me, when I get a migraine medicine doesn't do anything.
Well, there's a diplomatic solution.
No, I apologize for negotiations.
I think I can handle myself.
Anyway. Yeah, so that show was freaking awesome. And then we did Star Tours. Star Tours was neat. Did you ever do Star Tours?
Did they even have that when we were kids?
Yeah, they did.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Wait. It's at like is it kind of like the Back to the Future ride?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Where you basically sit
yeah,
down or whatever, and you're
Yeah. We did that. We did that over and over.
Over
again.
and over again, right?
A little.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did
okay,
that,
that was
for like
okay.
hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they
yeah.
updated it. So
Okay.
now what they do is every single time that you go, it could be a different video,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's one thing that they updated. The other thing that they updated is 3D.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I think when we were little, it was the same video each time.
Each time,
But it
we
didn't
still did
matter.
it over
we
and
did
over
it
and
like
over again.
over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it was still
a
pretty
big
damn
circle.
awesome.
We would do a whole circle around.
Yep.
It was just like, oh, we're done. Let's go back.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I did that.
Yeah. So it was still cool, even at the age that I am, it was still
Like,
fucking cool as shit.
20 years later.
20 years later, was still pretty damn awesome. And the outside looks pretty much the same. You still have the big AT-AT walk around outside and the Ewok village and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So some of that stuff, a lot of that stuff doesn't change. you know?
Right. Well, I mean, it takes there's a huge cost and a lot of effort to make drastic changes in these parks.
Yeah.
So they have to really plan that stuff out.
So they
They
whatchamacallit,
might change that though now with Star Wars Land.
maybe.
Like, would it make sense to have it in that location? Like maybe not. Maybe they
No,
need to
maybe the
move it.
cost of moving it might be too much.
Maybe.
So one of the things that I did, we found out that the Back to the Future ride at Universal got replaced by the Simpsons ride at Universal. And which, by the way, was surprisingly awesome.
hmm
I was very impressed with it. It was really, really good.
Was it like the same thing, just like The Simpsons?
Very similar. Yeah. It was basically the same thing. So you had that big IMAX projection screen, and you sit. Well, at first I didn't realize that it was reused. Right, I didn't realize it was basically the same space
Yeah.
until we go into the area where your car is for the ride, and I look at it, and it's got gull wing doors. I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? This is the DeLorean. And
Yeah.
then you sit on the inside. Then you sit down on the inside, and I remember there was the little screen in the middle of the dash, right, where Doc Brown would pop up and talk to you, and Biff
Yeah.
would pop up and talk to you. That was there too. So it was basically they took a lot of the same components.
Right.
And they updated them and reused them, and which I thought was very, very clever. And it was just really, I was very surprised. It was a really, really, really good ride. That's
pretty
one that I
fun.
would have repeated.
That's
And
pretty
then,
fun
of course,
as
the
well.
entire Simpsons area is so well done. It's one of my favorite parts at Universal. We went to Moe's Tavern, so I have a picture up. That
See, the
hopefully will
last
catch up.
time,
Go ahead.
the last time that I went to Universal, it was like, I think it was like in high school or after high school. I went
Uh-huh.
with Rod and his family.
Okay.
they didn't have the Simpsons stuff there.
Dude, it's so cool. And it looks impressive. It looks really impressive, especially at night.
Back to the Future ride was still the Back to the Future ride.
What? Dude, that was years ago.
Yeah, I know. And I ended up banging my head like every single turn that thing.
Well,
because I was like sitting on the left side by the door. So every time that car jerked around, bang, bang,
bang.
It was still a lot of fun, but damn.
You got the ultra interactive version.
Yeah, they're you couldn't be any more immersed than I was.
That's awesome. So one of the things that I did, so when I looked up the information on the Simpsons ride, get this, it cost $20 million to create that ride.
What? They reused it.
They reused some of it. Yep, but it was $20 million that they spent on the ride. And then the version in California almost doubled that.
God.
$40
so
million.
basically what I'm hearing is it's not that they reused it. They completely redid it. Because $20 million just to fix up a ride means that there was a whole lot of shit wrong.
Oh yeah.
Like safety shit out the window.
Right.
20 million, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of millions.
Like just to kind of update it so that it fits with the Simpsons.
Yeah, and that's why the rides don't change that often.
Yeah.
Because you can't afford to rip them out.
No. You got to get your money's worth, like, for sure.
So Moe's Tavern's pretty cool. I'd actually been here before, and I'm streaming a video right now of it, so if you want to take a look at the stream.
No, yeah, I'm watching it. I'm not hearing it because I have it on mute. But
I'll lower the volume anyway.
Is this just like a place you go just check it out? Like,
you go
are
in.
they serving food?
No, they're serving beer.
They're serving beer.
Yep. So at Moe's, you can actually get a Flaming Moe, or you can get Duff beer or Duff light beer, and that's all you order here. That's it. And then attached to it, so there's like an entryway attached to it where you can go and get food.
Oh, okay.
So you can go over to the other side and get food and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And everything. So I just put up a picture of my Duff beer.
It's still on the video. So
yeah.
We'll catch up. Yeah. Looks like a tall boy.
Yeah. So anyway, I took a bunch of pictures of just the Simpsons area in general. Let's see what else we had there. And of course, they had the original DeLorean there as well with Doc Brown's what is it? The train time machine. So they were right next to each other.
Original.
Yeah, it's the original. No, I think this is the one that they rebuilt.
Because
this is the one that was sitting in the back of the Universal lot for years.
Yeah, because there was like 5 or something like that.
Yeah. See what else. Oh, Harry Potter. Oh wait, before I go to Harry Potter, so Universal, they had a Jurassic Park area, and Missy is a big fan of Jurassic Park. She's always been a big fan of it. And they did this thing called Raptor Encounter. Okay, and all of this is a photo op. So you wait in line to take a picture with this thing. But it's kind of cool because it interacts with you. Let me cue up this video here. So it interacts with you, and that's basically all you do. You take a picture and you leave. You're done. But of course, like the people there that work for Universal, they're always in character, right? So. So they have a little backstory where you're there to see the raptor, and I don't know. It was kind of neat. Like Missy loved it because she's because why wouldn't she?
Yeah.
So let's see here. And of course, like the entire time I'm waiting in line, I'm watching kind of the Universal staff. And I'm like, how douchey do you have to feel when you're wearing that stupid outfit of being, a Jurassic Park, Grant, the main character, whatever his name is, right? Wearing that fucking hat and wearing that stupid cravat thing, right? Like, how douchey do you feel? And then you have to give directions to this fake raptor, right?
Right.
To Bob in the raptor suit, as if it
Right.
were a real animal. Like, I just could not do that. I am not cut out to work at Universal or Disney.
No.
I don't work that way. I just don't
No.
work that way. Oh my god. Anyway, so our pictures,
Some people are into it, you know?
man.
It's a job. Sometimes, I'm sure that there's perks for doing it.
Sure. So I'm sure it's a big acting gig for them.
There would have to be. There
Yeah.
would have to be some perks. But,
Um,
it's all about having fun. Jose.
it is about having fun. I guess I'm not a fun guy.
Sometimes looking and acting foolish is part of that. And
Yeah. Guess so.
people get it.
Guess so.
I'm sure that guy is like completely different person outside of the park.
Oh, absolutely. He's probably a total douche
He-
outside the park.
He could be. He could be. Or he could honestly just be one of the nicest people. Or a pedo. One of the two. Who knows?
So Harry Potter. Let's talk about Harry Potter. It is amazingly amazing. It's amazingly amazing.
Amazingly
It is
amazing.
amazingly amazing.
Yeah, they definitely didn't have that when I went there.
They definitely
I don't
not
think-
how that we were.
I don't think the Harry Potter movies had even come out.
Probably not. So they have, so Universal is now 2 parks. So you remember all that Nickelodeon stuff that they used to have?
Oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like,
that's gone.
no, that happened
shit's
forever
gone.
ago.
And anyway, so now you have Universal Studios, and then you have Islands of Adventure.
Mhm.
And both of the parks have a Harry Potter area. So Universal Studios has Diagon Alley, and Islands of Adventure has Hogsmeade.
Mhm.
And you can actually get between both parks by taking the Hogwarts Express.
Oh, so this is like an actual train.
It's an actual train, so you'll be seeing a video shortly of that train pulling up to a station. It's an actual freaking train. Now, I don't know what the distance is between both parks. I can't imagine it's that long. Certainly not long enough to justify building a
Right.
train.
Right.
But what they've done is totally genius. So first of all, like, in the video, you can see the steam and all that sort of stuff. Oh my god, the
Yeah.
attention to detail is incredible. When
They don't
you-
half-ass shit there.
They do not half-ass this shit. When you go into the train, they do it just like in the movies, where you have a little cabin, right? And so they have like up to, I think it's either 6 or 8 people that can go in, that fit per cabin. If it was Arvello, it'd probably be 4
4.
4 Arvellos tops, right?
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
4 might be tough to breathe.
Oh man, very tough, very tough. Let me see if I can pull up what that looks like on the inside, because I think I took a little bit of video there, and then I was told to shut off my camera. And or my
No flash photography.
no flash. Yeah, well, I was an idiot because I left my flash on,
Way to go.
and I should not have done that. I know better. I know better. And anyway, so what they did, which I think is totally genius, is they turned that into a ride. Okay? So you're not just sitting in a train for a few minutes or whatever. It's a fucking ride. And what they do is, the reason I say that is because so each cabin has a window, right, for you to look outside. Well, when you're looking outside, you're not really looking outside. You're looking at a video.
Right.
So it's kind of cool because you go when the train starts moving, what you see out the window is moving as well, and it just shows you a video of you traveling through what is it, Hogwarts? It's a Hogwarts, yeah, Hogwarts, and traveling back to England and all that sort of stuff. So it's really, really well done. So let me see this video. It's only 15-second video. Oh yeah, and then so there's a door, right, to go into your cabin. You can hear like Harry and Hermione and Ron talking just out the door. You can see their shadows. So it's really cool. You're sitting there, And so the door is white, and you can see the shadows of these people right outside of your cabin. So that was really freaking awesome. Let's see. But in order for you to take this particular ride, you have to have a ticket that allows you to travel between both
Right.
parks. And then butterbeer. We had butterbeer. Butterbeer was delicious. It's like cream soda.
Right.
So if you don't like cream soda, then you don't like butterbeer.
Who doesn't like cream soda?
And you don't have a soul.
Yeah. It's like you hate flavor.
Yeah. You hate
You're
flavor.
dead. It's like you're dead.
Anyway, what else? What else is notable? So then Epcot. So you know what amazed me about Epcot? So to me, Epcot has always been more adult oriented out of the parks,
Right.
and that is the one park that the kids like the most.
Well, doesn't isn't Epcot like this, like the more science-y
Yeah.
one, like the futuristic stuff? So
Yep.
yeah, it makes sense that it's more for adults.
Yeah, and it's got it's got the you go around the world, right? So it's got the different countries and all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
And you would have thought that none of that stuff would have been interesting to any of the kids, and they were really into it. So I'll show you a quick video of Alexander. So they have an aquarium there. So they have like a Nemo ride, which is kind of neat. And after the Nemo ride, they let you out at an aquarium, and he was just fascinated. They had a couple of manatees there, and he was fascinated by the manatees, just fascinated by the fish. He just looked like he was just enjoying his time there so much. And he looked adorable, just standing up, putting his hands up to the glass,
Mm-hmm.
and just looking at the fish. And waving at the fish. Oh my god, it's so freaking cute. Oh, I can't believe I made that.
Nobody can believe it,
No
Jose.
one can believe it. No one can believe that. Oh my god.
We're still confused how you were able to create the other two,
I know, me too. Holy crap, holy cow.
let alone this one.
Yeah, right? And so when we went to Epcot, we ate in Germany. So they have a buffet in Germany, which, by the way, is $40 a person. I know, $40 a person. But they have entertainment.
So, like, Jose, like, did you save money for this, or were you like shelling out credit? Like,
Both.
did you run through?
Both.
Did you run through the money?
I'm
that you
maxed,
saved?
dude. I am maxed. I am maxed out. Seriously. Like, while I was out, like, I had to, like, book a trip for work. And it's like, hey, can you guys book this for me? Because I am totally maxed out right now. My credit card's maxed.
You know? Yeah, so basically, however much money you think you need, triple it, right?
Yeah, triple it. Triple it for sure. Then they had these huge freaking beers there at the buffet
Well, yeah,
place.
it's the Germany.
They
you
did
know?
Germany right, man. They did Germany right, that's for sure. And the fireworks shows. So get this. So the first couple of nights, both of the babies, Alexander and oh my god, that is loud as fuck. They hated it. They were having they were not dealing with the fireworks at all.
It's really loud.
It is
like
very loud,
noises.
very
Yeah,
loud.
yeah,
Towards
yeah.
the end of the trip, Alexander didn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, just another day here. Anyway, so that was cool too. What else? What else do I have here? Jedi. Then we ended up going back to Magic Kingdom because the first day that we hit Magic Kingdom was just very, very quick. And by the time that we came back to it, the monorail was actually working.
Mhm.
Thank God. So we took the monorail in. Let's see here. Buzz Lightyear. So they had the Buzz Lightyear ride there. That's basically like a shooter. So you're like strapped to a, whatchamacallit, to a car, right? Sort of thing. And you have a weapon, right, in the car. And you shoot stuff. And then you accumulate points, and whoever gets the most points has the most bragging rights, basically. So you get nothing. But it was cool. It was a lot of fun. The line for that ride tends to be pretty long.
Yeah.
And then one thing that was really cool about this trip, which I never saw before, because I've been to Epcot a couple of times. I've been to Disney a couple of times, just in general, Magic Kingdom, and characters, man, were out in full force.
Yeah.
So it was cool to be able to see the characters there in full force. And then they were also doing all the parades and all the shows basically, hourly. So there was always something going on throughout the park, always a character to see, always something to see. It felt like this trip was the most interactive trip that I've ever had to those parks, ever.
Well, this is what they do. They get you high.
Boy, do
on
they,
the
man.
environment, and that way, who knows how long you've been there.
Yep.
And wasn't the weather kind of okay down there? Because it was kind of cold, right?
The first few days, dude, it was freezing.
Yeah.
First few days was
freezing. I'm sure all the people that work there that have to wear the costumes, especially like the big ones,
yeah,
they were probably kind of happy.
Oh yeah, they were comfortable.
Yeah, they were probably comfortable. Like they're not sweating as much.
Nope.
Because I'm sure they're still gonna sweat some, but
Yep.
So I'm sure that helps because their mood is better.
Right. Oh, and there was this one part. So when was it? Which day was it? Our last day in Disney was when we were back at Magic Kingdom, and they were doing the fireworks show. So the first day, okay, so the first day we didn't see. There was something we didn't see Tinkerbell. The first day that we watched the fireworks, but at this point we weren't near the castle. We were in what is it, Future World or whatever the hell it's called, where it's a futuristic area in Magic Kingdom. And so we were off to the side a little bit. We could still see fireworks, but we just couldn't see as much of the castle as you would if you were in Magic Kingdom proper. And anyway, so at one point Sophia makes this comment as for fireworks, they're going off and everything, and she says, "Now the last thing that we need now is for Tinkerbell to come out and start flying out here, start flying."
Mm-hmm.
Dude, 2 seconds after she says that, what happens? Tinkerbell shows up.
Nice.
And Sophia just loses her freaking mind. Oh my god, it was cool. It was awesome. She just lost her freaking mind, that girl. I have so much footage of fireworks. Then we took, Alexander's a big fan of the Minions, so we had to take him on that ride. So Diagon Alley. So they have this dragon in Diagon Alley, and it looks fucking real as shit. It doesn't move. It stays still. But one of the things that it does is it actually breathes fire.
Mm-hmm.
So every 20 minutes or so, it'll go off. And it's just so freaking cool. And it's just incredible just looking at it, just looking at just the attention to detail that they paid this thing. It's just like there's no wasted area.
Right.
Let's see what else. I think we're almost done. Yep, we're done. Anyway, so those are the highlights. Those are the highlights of the trip.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. And Alexander was great. I was just very amazed by how good he did.
Oh, now now you're just a little poor.
A lot poorer. I'm way poor.
Man, you guys flew down there, right?
And yep.
You deprive the kids
Yeah.
of, you know,
Of the
back.
18-hour long drive there and back.
Yeah.
Oh
And that stop at south of the border.
man. Ooh.
That's all part of the experience.
Man. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't.
I can't remember. I think this is at Universal. They had the Twister ride.
Yes, it was Universal. I don't think they have it anymore. I don't think they have it anymore because we didn't see it. I think it got replaced with something else. Because they had that, they had King Kong, but King Kong I think got replaced with some other thing, some other newer version of a King Kong ride.
Right.
What else? Way back in the day they had Ghostbusters, which I always wanted to go to but never did.
Oh, did they still have the Terminator?
No, I didn't see Terminator.
I want to say
Was
it's
that a
like on the
ride?
way out.
Wait, was that a? I'm sorry, was that a roller coaster?
It was one of those like 4D, 3D experience type things.
Okay. They
where
may
like
have.
they have actors and then they have like a screen in the back, whatever.
Yeah. They may have.
It's literally like, if I'm remembering correctly, it's like a big theater room where you stand and things are happening.
Let's see. Universal Studios rides. Now I need to know.
Because you may have missed out.
I'm sure I missed out. There was a lot we didn't do. Yeah, so now King Kong is King Kong 360 3D, which I heard was kind of meh.
I'm sorry, but like King Kong, like nobody cares about.
No one gives a crap. Yeah, no one cares.
Fast and Furious, come on, guys.
We didn't get we didn't get to do Transformers, but I've done it before, and Transformers is so good. It's an awesome ride. Revenge of the Mummy. They need to swap that out with something else. No one cares about the Mummy.
Yeah.
They had a Waterworld. I didn't even see
Waterworld. They still have Waterworld?
I didn't remember seeing that.
Dude, we saw that when we were kids. It was like
was it?
the best show ever.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Because they got guys on jet skis and shit. It was really well done.
Yeah? Well,
yeah.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, we watched it when we were kids.
They had
might not have Terminator anymore. I don't think people care about Terminator anymore.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm assuming this is all the rides, at least at Universal.
Maybe those are all the big ones.
Yeah. So Universal Studios. You know how Mom's a big fan of Kung Fu Panda?
Mm-hmm.
Poe was there.
Nice.
Yeah, Poe was there.
Yeah, T2 3D status closed.
Oh,
Closing date.
man.
Oh, it closed last year, October 8th. Yes.
One ride that I thought was.
Still have it.
Which one?
They still have it in Japan.
Oh, in Japan?
Yeah.
They go all the way to Japan for that shit. Fuck that.
Well, you've seen that Tron coaster?
Yep.
They have
that's only in Japan, right?
In Japan? Yeah, that looks pretty sweet.
It does look cool. I heard they were thinking about moving that or creating one out here. Let's do.
They
Tron
should.
Ride. It's coming to Disney World by 2021.
Man. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to do that. Gotta lose some weight though, because I think I'll be too fat for it.
You know,
I can't sustain that position for that long.
I'm like thinking about it. Like, yeah, I'd do it if they let my fat ass on there.
I'd break the damn light cycle.
I'm gonna have to lose some weight just so we can get on there,
Right.
and then get fat again.
That's our. That's yeah.
After we ride it a couple times.
All right. So that was Disney. What to do now?
Well, that's cool, man. You know, you still gotta. You never stop by, pick up Tony's gift.
I know.
You jerk.
I am a fucking jerk, dude.
But I understand. We had some weather, some inclement weather.
Yeah. Yeah, that weather sucked.
Oh no, my battery's gonna die.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
I'm gonna step away for a couple minutes and go smoke. I'll be back.
All right, cool. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Bum 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 bum. There we go. Come on, baby, load. La 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 load. There we go. Bum 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 bum. Dragon turtle breeder, huh?
Looking to buy?
Looking to buy?
Jade serpent, guide.
No.
I'm with you.
Oh, wait, what? Nice. Beautiful. Making some money. Making some money. Give me my money. Give me money now. Yeah, money, money. I like my money. Making some money. Alright. Do something, y'all. Pam pam pulile. Alright, where's my chat? Oh, there's my chat right there. Nope, that's not my chat. Where's my chat? Chat, where did you go? There it is.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm playing WoW now.
Playing WoW now. Yeah.
Lame.
Showed you what I needed to show you. Damn. Damn, dude. I needed to check if some of my shit sold.
That's right.
Yeah. And some of my shit sold. Which is beautiful.
I gotta look up some documentation.
Uh-oh. Sounds serious.
No, I just gotta figure out how to daisy chain the VNX with the DAE with the DPE. Because I'm not 100% sure if the way that I'm thinking of it will work. Like, I don't know if I want to plug directly into the DAE or plug directly into the DPE.
All important questions. Important decisions to be made.
Come on, Dell EMC, give me something.
Dude, so the last couple of days, like, Alexander was not well. He had a fever, or just wasn't feeling good. And now that we're back home, he's fine. It didn't take very long. He's fine now.
I was a little worried about him because, he's so young, and there's like,
people that don't vaccinate and have
yeah, exactly.
diseases. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Because people are idiots.
Yep. Yes, they are. We vaccinate ourselves, and we vaccinate him, and so we do what we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the DAE, okay, so DPE, DAE1 plugs into the DPE, the DAE2 plugs into, okay. Can I zoom in on this a little bit? So DAE2. Okay, so.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell am I downloading? Oh, I don't need to download that. Like, ended up downloading firmware. It's like almost 2 gig.
Oh.
Didn't mean to do that.
No. Don't need to do that.
Yeah, man. So, have you? I know that you've been, in Florida, and everything, but have you guys had to deal with the whole Spectre meltdown?
Yes.
It's been nuts. And here's the sad thing is, there's another vulnerability that affects Intel's.
Oh boy.
And this one is, again, it's one of those things you have to have physical access. But this vulnerability bypasses BitLocker.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, like, we don't host hardware for our customers.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, but I'm sure you guys had some customers kind of freaking out about
Oh,
it.
yeah. Well, so our AWS and Azure customers, right, are the ones that would be, affected. And for those, Microsoft, and I know Microsoft at least, sent out emails to all customers, and then we also sent a notification for them too
Yeah.
about it.
Unfortunately, we host our own stuff.
Oh
not
yeah.
out in the cloud.
Oh yeah.
It's been interesting.
That's the nice thing about the cloud. You don't have to deal with that shit yourself all the time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, running our applications the way that they are in the cloud is cost prohibitive. And also regulatory prohibited.
I don't know so much about that.
Pretty sure that banks are not too thrilled about having their, data out in the cloud.
You can,
I'm not sure if PCI.
No. There's different regulations. So, PCI applies to anyone who processes credit card transactions,
which we do.
And here's the thing, right? The government's using the cloud. The government's got pretty strict requirements for cloud usage. They kind of do.
I've dealt with the government. Their compliances are a joke.
And if you go to like the Azure, Microsoft has, and I think AWS too, they both have a page that lists all the different regulatory, accreditations that they have, and it's quite a lot of them. Everyone will get on board sooner or later, and it's not going to be all in. It's going to be well, this application makes sense to host in the cloud, and this one doesn't. People are going to make smarter decisions about cloud utilization, and there are some companies that are all in. So we have some smaller customers that they can't afford to have a full-fledged IT staff. Right? So they have a couple of their IT staff is just a couple of people, and we do their infrastructure, we do all that stuff, and we host it on AWS or we host it on Azure.
Yeah, in those situations it makes sense. The only thing, I mean, this could happen to you as well when you host your own, but there have been many or several instances, at least with AWS, where if they mess something up, it takes out their entire or a huge chunk of their cloud.
Yep.
Well, I think the last time it was like there was like a bad parameter in their backup or something, and it ended up bringing down like half of the sites that most people go to.
Sure. I mean, when if it's an outage like that, right? It's gonna obviously be like big. Whatchamacallit? It's gonna make the news, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, I think the outages. I don't know about you guys, but the outages when they do have them and are very few and far between. Yeah, they make the news when they happen, and yes, they take out a big chunk of their customer base when they do happen. Yes, absolutely. But
it's
those
just that
occurrences are not regular.
There's not this sense of control. Like in our environment, we have control over when certain actions occur. So when we have a maintenance, it's already communicated with our customers, and they know that they're going to be taking an outage for it.
Microsoft notifies that stuff ahead of time too. Microsoft handles it the same way.
Yeah, but the customer doesn't really have a say as to yes or no. Like our customers can push back.
Well, let me ask you this: if somebody unplugs a router at your work, right? The customer has no say in that, right? It's an accident. So a lot of these outages that you're referring to are human error, there's a problem with equipment sort of stuff that needs to be fixed, and there's an unscheduled maintenance that they need to do to fix it. It's not a, hey, now we have to do maintenance and tough, right? I mean that doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we're not doing things in the middle of the day in our environment. Not like that. Like, if I had a small company, I would probably run it in the cloud. It, probably, makes sense to do that. But I would always want to have some sort of backup strategy. Like, I wouldn't want to have, so maybe there isn't like a perfect world scenario, but I could potentially see doing something with AWS and Azure at the same time, where you have either blue green or some sort of DR where one's running in one and the other in.
Well,
but,
so you can do so to protect yourself from some of these regional outages that you're talking about. You can do data center redundancy within one provider, right? So you could do.
You could.
Right. So you could, right? Just like you could, for your, for your own company, right? Where you would have multi-data center redundancy. You can do the same thing with AWS and Azure, where you can set up your workloads in one of their other data centers and use that as DR.
For me, anyways, in my head, it makes more sense to do both, instead of throwing all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, you could do that too.
That's how I would do it. I would just split it if I were going to be in the cloud. But so VMware pushed out a patch for this, right? I think it was back in December, or maybe even January, maybe this month. And so one of our guys went through and deployed it on, I think, almost an entire data center. And then now VMware is saying that they pulled it, that they're not pushing it out. I don't know all the details about it. And we're like, well, fuck. So that means that we're gonna have to do it again.
Yep. Yeah, it's no fun.
To use PowerCLI provided all hosts that have been patched now have the new CPU features masked. They will not receive the new microcode power cycle. Yeah, we also had to update our vCenter to apply this.
That sucks.
Yeah. vCenter, I mean, like, you usually don't have to do that. Like, you could update your hosts and be fine, as long as you're within the same, major minor. But no, we had to update, and now we're stuck with, we can't use the thick client anymore. We're stuck with the web client.
Really?
Yeah.
Sucks.
I'm not a fan of the web clients. Although now it is they do have an HTML5 one, but
I've used the HTML5 one. It's okay.
I think it runs a little bit better than the platform. It's not there yet. I mean, it definitely says, like, when you click on it, it says partial functionality.
Right.
Like, if I do this is the funniest. This is kind of silly. Like, if I do a search for one VM, I get a list of VM, of that VM. So let's say I do like just like a part of the name.
Yeah.
I want all the machines that start with whatever.
Right.
I get that listing, and then if I click on the all results, nothing loads. Like it doesn't load all the results in the separate page. But it does work like that if I use the Flash web client. So they got some work to do. If they plan on
Come on,
replacing
VMware. Here's the thing. VMware's been talking about replacing that fucking client for years. Years.
The thick client just works so good.
Like for
I like it.
Dude, for at least 6 years I've heard VMware talking about replacing the vCenter client.
Well,
Why
they're
does
doing
it take this long for them to replace that functionality? Why?
Why even replace it?
Right. Why even replace it?
Who wants the web client? Like honestly,
No one.
Who was asking?
No one
for
wants it. No one wants it. No one
Like-
wants it.
I don't think anybody was asking for it, so
No one wants it. And if you're on a Mac, virtualize it. Sorry. Like I don't have any amount of pity for anyone that is asking for the HTML5 client. I don't.
right. I mean, I prefer it over the Flash one, because I mean, at the end of the day,
Flash is
Adobe,
Flash and Flash sucks.
Adobe is getting rid of Flash. It's killing it off. So eventually, you either you stick with the Flash client and be vulnerable, or you switch to the HTML5. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But the forcefulness of the update is what really gets me.
Yeah.
I love using the thick client. It works. It does what I need it to do. But the web client is so clunky to move around, to navigate. And it's slow. It's slower than the thick client. I think that's probably my biggest complaint, that it's just slower. It takes me twice as long to do the same thing. Although now it's just forced me to use Power CLI even more than I already do. I think this script is ready.
Yeah. Don't blow shit up.
We'll just push it out to production. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Just do it live.
Still the best.
Oh, I love it.
Still the best.
Oh my god, I love that shit. What a douche hole. What a fucking douche hole. A rich douche hole. That's what I need to do, dude. I just have to become a dick. Have you seen The Last Jedi yet?
No.
Dude, what the fuck?
Some of us are busy.
I need to go watch The Last Jedi.
Yeah, let me go right now.
Do it.
Let's go. Let's go, Jose. Come on.
Do it. Do it. I'll watch it for a third time.
Sleep.
man, all that walking that we did, holy cow.
That's the only downside about
Yeah,
those parks. A lot of walking.
a lot of walking.
I definitely need a wheelchair or something.
Well, so Missy, her back flared up before we left. And she was
Get
in
a
bad,
rascal.
dude. She was in bad shape when we left. And the first day, she was not in a good place, and she was pretty miserable. And then the second day, we ended up having to get her a wheelchair
Yeah.
because she just couldn't do it. Yeah. And I knew something. I was worried about what was going to happen during the trip because her back flared up so close to it. So the entire time I'm like, oh my god, when the shoe's going to drop, something's going to happen. And sure enough, she was just not good. But then the next day she started feeling better. And so she was able to walk the rest of the time. I also, I think she was also embarrassed by having to be in the wheelchair. So she was not happy about having to use one and having to be pushed around by someone.
I'd love it.
Yeah, right? Shit.
I want somebody to push me around.
Well, at first I was playing around with her, and I said, well, what we should do is we should get you one of those electric scooters.
Oh,
and
you get a
can
rascal.
you can just use one of those.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Right? Yeah. And then when it started becoming real, like, yeah.
I mean, all this time, we're the suckers. We're using our own legs.
Right? Man, where's Mike? What is he doing today? He's a teacher, so he's got to be off.
Is he off?
Yeah.
Actual work days, don't they take?
Yeah, they're off.
They
No, they're off.
I thought that they use some holidays for actual work.
Sometimes they do, yeah, but I think they're off. Because Missy's dad's off. And the kids are off. The kids are not in school.
Maybe he's busy. So the other day I set up a PF Sense box.
A what?
A PF Sense.
So what's PF Sense?
It's an open source firewall.
Okay.
And so I installed it, on my Nook. And everything was working fine. I got it set up. And I set up ad blocking and everything, which was great. Because then, any device that doesn't have, ad blocker already on it, wouldn't be getting any ads. It took me a little while to get it just right, where you know, ads were virtually, you know, not getting picked up or detected, and but then I made one change and I rebooted and it didn't come back up. I was like, fuck, what the hell did I do? So yesterday I was looking at it. And it looks like for some reason, because like the Nook doesn't have two integrated network ports, I had a USB NIC.
Okay.
And I used that. It looks like for some reason after a while, after like 2 or 3 reboots, it's no longer able to start up the adapter. Like it just doesn't detect it. So it defaults into the state where it's looking for all the adapters.
Yeah.
So I was like, God damn it! I was like, I really wanted to do this. But now I gotta now I think I'm just gonna build a separate box to do it that has 2 adapters in it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Because it is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that shit just needs to be built into EverRouter.
Yeah.
It just needs to. That shit just needs to happen.
Yeah, and you know, I get ads are there for a reason. I get it. People got to pay the bills.
Yep.
I understand that. But when there are so many intrusive ads, that it makes going to like a website just, you know, intolerable.
Yeah.
Then there's a problem. You got to find a balance between, you know, generating revenue and making sure that your customers are happy. I know that technically we're not the customer, I guess, for advertising per se.
No.
But you know, how we use site, you know, it really gets affected by how they make the changes or these ads. So.
You know, it's one of the worst things about traveling.
Hmm.
Basically, your stomach ends up being all fucked up from the change in diet.
From all the garbage.
Oh my god, man. The struggles.
You'll be alright. It's a little diarrhea.
I'm still recuperating. Anything interesting happened while we were out?
No.
That's cool.
Nothing exciting.
No. God, there's so many cool areas in this freaking game. Does somebody have the hiccups?
What?
Do you have the hiccups?
No. I burped a little bit,
Oh.
maybe, but
Oh, somebody's got the burpy worps.
don't be dumb.
Too late.
I know.
I know. You know.
Use a dummy.
Someone had to be.
Just glad it wasn't me. Or am I?
As long as you don't know, what does it matter?
I mean, that's probably got to be the best thing about being a dummy.
Yeah, not knowing that you're a dummy. Well, you can't be that dumb if you realize that you're dumb.
Huh?
So.
Let's do if bracket. Touch count. Then learn how to spell greater than 0. Then do all that. If then, and then put that into, and this guy. Nope. If pick up better, 0, 2, else, go. Now. What? Unexpected end of line.
What?
Get the fuck out of here.
GTFO.
I don't write back code.
Never.
Oh yeah, I did. Totally messed up, didn't I? I gotta close out that if statement. Why would anything work the first time?
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening. Beware, our enemies abound.
I need to move my operations upstairs. I need something to eat. I haven't eaten
What?
anything since this morning.
It's messed up, dude. Don't starve yourself.
Nah, I'll be on later.
Okay, cool.
See ya.
Later.
What is it? Trust no one. Then you are. What do you require?
Okay. We're not Master Miner already? Mining. $325. Grandmaster Miner.
Beware the living. Oh boy. Excuse me.
Holy shit, I have a bunch of copper bars. Oh my god. Ah. Whew. Well, damn. Oh, fatigue. What? I thought I could fly indefinitely. What the hell? Okay. I am no longer fatigued. Weird. Oh god. Jesus Christ. my god, no. Leave me alone. Looks so happy here. all these discoveries. All right. Buyers have been found. Look at that. That is great. Buy my shit. Ooh, there's a little island over there. Yo ho ho ho's a pirate's life for me. Arg. Me mateys. Cape of Stranglehorn. Ah, me treasure. Cool. I've never been here. It's been a lot of discovery.
What do you need? Go with honor.
Oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh, come on. Check out my time machine. So fancy. Got this at Universal Studios on our last day there. Die-cast model. Hello. Hello there. Die-cast model.
I have just the thing for you. Be careful.
Thank you for my treats.
I have just the thing for you.
Man. Shit.
May the eternal sun shine upon you. Also, a dungeon. Damn it.